Y'all. Y'all. Hey. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Hey. Today's my birthday when you're watching this. This video is revolving around my birthday. Turned 23 years old. You know what the best birthday gift you can do is? You know what it is? You already know what I'm going to say. Subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that big red button. The day I'm recording this a little bit in advance. I'm sitting at 792 subscribers. 8 away from 800. And after that, I want to try to get to 1,000. The best birthday gift that you can give me on this 23rd birthday of mine, hit that big red button if you haven't already. And if you have, first off, thank you. But share with everyone. Share with a friend, share on Twitter, share on Instagram, share on TikTok. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. It's September. We got a few more months. I think we can hit it by the end of the year. Let's do it. I mean, that's all I'm asking for my birthday. Hit that big red button. Let's get into the video. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another video. And today, like I said in my cold open, I'm 23 years old. Holy mother of God, where did the time go? I am an adult now. I have a full-time job. I pay bills. I go to the doctor by myself. Isn't this crazy? I'm 23. That's wild. Where the heck did the time go? But we're following the tradition that I started last year. Now, it's not an original thing. People have done it all over film, YouTube, but it's a tradition I decided I'd start for my channel, and we're going to not really rank, but go through the list of my favorite film from every year I've been alive. So we've got 24 films to talk about today, starting in 1998, going all the way up to 2021. You probably know a lot of these. Some of these may be surprises, but basically what's going to happen is I'm not going to give very long reviews. It's like my top 100 series of all time. I will give some short thoughts, say why I love it so much, and we'll be on our happy, merry way. But I want you all to go down below. Let me know, 1, what year were you born in, and 2, what's your favorite movie from that year? I'm sure a lot of you have some very banger movies that you love from the year you were born. I got a banger from the year I was born that we're going to talk about very shortly. But I want you guys to go down below and do that. And again, the only thing I'm asking for my birthday is for y'all to hit that big red button. Let's get to 1,000 subs. I love you all and appreciate you all. But I think without further ado, let's get into it. So, 1998. Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa are going into the home run race in the middle of September, and on good old September 23rd, in the dead of night, I believe, I think I was born like in the evening to the late night, I was brought into this earth. But the other thing that happened in 1998 was a little film called Saving Private Ryan was released. And this film is by far my favorite film of 98. Now, I will be honest, the first few years, I really haven't seen a lot of films from those years. I've seen maybe 20 films from 1998, if that. So it was a little harder to pick, but we got some good ones here. Saving Private Ryan is absolutely fantastic. It's one of I believe it's one of Steven Spielberg's best films. Now, I've not seen all of his classics. I have to watch his classic films before I can, really make that, a thing. But Saving Private Ryan is fantastic. It is one of the most accurate and heartbreaking and emotional war films. World War II is one of my most interesting periods in history that I love to study. This film is so well crafted. I actually got to go to Normandy a few years ago, and to be on those beaches, see how calm it is now, but then on that day of D-Day when we start this film and just see just how brutal it was, is absolutely amazing. It was a feat of filmmaking. The performance was fantastic. It deserved all the love it got, and it's my favorite film from the year I was born, 1998. 1999, we had this old dandy of a film that I talked about a few weeks ago on my top 100 favorite movies of all time, Election. Yeah, it's something. Kind of like I said in my top 100 favorite movies. It toes the line. So a lot of coming-of-age films from this time period in the 80s didn't toe the line. They went way over the line. Fast Times at Ridgemont High is my biggest example of that. This film toes the line in a way where it isn't too far over the line, but you're dipping your toe in the pool a little bit. I love watching the escalation of events and the domino effect that happen. I think that the writing here is very well done. It's very clever, and it works. This film is absolutely fantastic. If you have not seen it, it's on Criterion. I know y'all are getting ready for that Criterion sale in about a month and a half. Go pick up this film. It's absolutely fantastic. A really great Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon performance. A very early Reese Witherspoon performance that is absolutely fantastic. This is one of the better comedies, I think, from that time. And it is my favorite film from 1999. 2000. Oh, God. We're going to see this guy a lot on this list, this specific director. And by me saying that, you already know who it is. It's Christopher Nolan. Memento is my favorite film from 2000. The way the story is constructed, the way the filmmaking is done, it's Christopher Nolan. It's fantastic. I really like this. Guy Pearce gives a fantastic performance. The way that we're going backwards in time and the way that we have to work with our main character's short-term memory is such a brilliant storytelling device that is just extremely well done. This is one of Nolan's better movies. You can check out my Nolan ranking if you haven't already. I did it about a year ago when Tenet came out. I really enjoyed this film. It's one of his first. It's one of his best. It's my favorite film from 2000. 2001. One of my favorite animated films. One of my favorite films of all time. Monsters, Inc. If you saw my Pixar ranking, which you guys blew that one up, so thank you. If you have not seen it already, go check it out. Monsters, Inc. is my favorite Pixar film. I love Mike and Sully. I think the voice performances are amazing. I think the story is fantastic. The animation is stellar. This film is not just really well done, but it's also really nostalgic for me. It's the Pixar film I watched the most. It's the one that was my comfort, animated or just movie in general for most of my childhood. I always tell this story. I used to hate thunderstorms, rain, storm. Like, I used to hate that stuff. Like, it made scare the crap out. I'm like a dog. I hated lightning. I hated all of it. So whenever a storm would come, I would go upstairs, get in bed with my mom and dad, and we would watch Monsters, Inc. It would get me past the storm. It would calm me. It is my comfort movie. And I love rain. It's so weird. Rain is my favorite type of weather now. Cloudy rainstorm is my favorite type of weather now. And now I live in tornado country, so that's even doper. So that's kind of ironic, but Monsters, Inc. got me through that. I still love this movie. I got it on 4K Steelbook. It's absolutely fantastic. It is my favorite movie from 2001. 2002. Trevor's going to be very happy with me. My favorite, and the only reason it is because I really haven't seen that many 2002 movies, but my favorite movie from 2002. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. There's no doubt. The Lord of the Rings movies are achievements. I am so incredibly just stunned and shocked by how fantastic these movies are. It's just great. There's really not much to say. I think they're incredibly well done. I think the performances are fantastic. It can't be stopped. Brilliantly done. Not my favorite one. My favorite is Return of the King. But this is a damn good entry in it. I mean, all three of them are stellar. But this is my favorite film from... Is this 2002 or 2003? 2002. 2003. Oh my god, I love this movie so much. Elf. Why not? Why would it not be Elf? This film, absolutely fantastic. I believe it's Will Ferrell's best performance besides Kicking and Screaming. Y'all can fight me on that. It's incredible. My favorite Christmas movie, my favorite everything. I adore this film. I watch it, you can watch it year round. Now, yes, it's a great Christmas movie. I watch it every Christmas time, but I watched it in like July last year. I freaking love this movie. Everything about it is fantastic. Like I said, this is an early Jon Favreau too. He directed this movie. Oh my god. I love this. It's nostalgia. It's just very well crafted and well done, and it's my favorite film from 2003. My favorite film from 2004 is Before Sunset. This is by far the greatest trilogy of all time. Y'all can fight me on that. I will take to film Twitter and fight this all day. Any trilogy that's ever been made, the Before trilogy is the greatest. And Before Sunset is the best. Is the best of the three. I love the ticking clock aspect. The other two, they're kind of ticking clocks, but not really. Whereas Before Sunset, there is a clear ticking clock, and you have to cut to the chase. The thing I love about all three of these films is it's very conversation based. They're intelligent conversations. You're just watching people interact. You're seeing how they interact with each other. You're seeing the emotion. You're seeing real time, basically. It's like real time. You're seeing just, you know, this relationship continue to be rekindled. And Paris is just dope. I've been to Paris. I freaking love it. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. And to have it as the backdrop of this film, beautiful. Absolutely love it. And it's my favorite film from 2004. 2005. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. My second favorite Star Wars movie. And again, I will fight the mob. I don't care. Like, I will fight the Twitter mob. We'll fight the film Twitter mob. Come at me. I don't care. It's my second favorite Star Wars film. Love to finally see Anakin Skywalker go down into madness and turn into Darth Vader. That was coming in the first two, but it culminates here to see the fall of the Republic and the rise of the Empire. That all happens here. Again, I love a good payoff. I talk about that all the time. Anakin versus Obi-Wan, I think, is the second best lightsaber fight behind Luke v. Vader in Empire. But the emotion is there. And all I got to say is, you were the chosen one. That's where I'm going to leave it. That's my favorite film from 2005. I need to hurry this up because I'm already at 11 minutes and we have a lot more films to talk about. 2006, The Departed. Brilliant performances. Martin Scorsese. I think this is Martin Scorsese's second best film. We'll talk about his best film later up in the list. It's masterfully crafted. The direction is fantastic. I love the back and forth between who's good, who's bad. The twists, the turns are great. And it's in Boston. What more can you say? My favorite film from 2006. 2007, we have No Country for Old Men. What I think is one of the best modern day Westerns to be made. I think Javier Bardem gives one of the most villainous and just really great performances I've ever seen. He's incredible. I think the supporting cast is great as well. This film is just... It's the Coen brothers, and I'm not always the biggest fan of the Coen brothers, but here, it's really good. It really is, and the coin flip monologue is incredible. It's my favorite film from 2007. 2008, speaking of really evil, villainous performances that are the best I've ever seen, of course it's got to be The Dark Knight. I got to give a shout out to Chef, though, because I freaking love... Or no, wait, did Chef come out in 2008? I gotta confirm that, guys. I'm sorry. Chef. Did that come out in 2000? That came out in 2014. Might be. Nah, I'll get to it later. 2008, though, The Dark Knight. It's Christopher Nolan. We're gonna see him a few more times on this list. Excellently crafted. It's one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. And it all is Heath Ledger's Joker. That's what it is. Heath Ledger's Joker is absolutely incredible. Rest in peace to a legend. First superhero villain to win an Oscar. And rightfully so. It's absolutely incredible. I think the practical stunts are great. We'll talk more about his practical stunts later up on the list. And it's a clear favorite. 2008 is a great year for film. The Dark Knight's the best film to come out in 2008. That's just my humble opinion. I absolutely love it. And it is my favorite film of 2008. 2009, I was surprised at how few films I had seen from 2009. It was actually kind of sad, the few number of films I've seen from that year. But my favorite of them is Fantastic Mr. Fox, one of my favorites of Wes Anderson. It's very well done because it's all claymation and stop motion. I think that Wes Anderson has two speeds. It's the quirky in-person speed, and it is the claymation or stop motion speed. I have not seen Isle of Dogs. That is like one of the few I still need to see before The French Dispatch comes out. I will have a Wes Anderson ranking coming out when The French Dispatch comes out. I'm very excited about that. But this is by far one of his best, I believe. I think the voice cast is absolutely excellent in here. To see some of the lengths they went to get these performances, like I've seen behind the scenes clips of this film, it's fantastic. And I will also say stop motion and like clay animation is incredible. If you've seen those behind the scenes like videos of how they've been made, absolutely incredible. So tip of the cap to Wes Anderson and everyone involved. There you go. And it is my favorite film from 2009. Oh, my favorite film from 2010. What could it be? Oh, it's Inception. What are we talking about? Now, I could have picked The Social Network, which I love and is actually in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, but Inception is at number 4. No, it's at number 3. Inception's at number 3. So, like, what are you going to do? This film is fantastic. I think it's Nolan's best film that he's made. The performances are great. The story and the visuals and everything about this is absolutely fantastic, and the gosh darn score from Hans Zimmer is absolutely incredible. His score for Dune is just going to be so incredible, and I'm so excited. But we're not talking about Dune, we're talking about Inception. This film is a film that really it kind of was one of the catalysts for really my love of movies, and I would say my top 10 favorites of all time all kind of either were originally the ones that kindled my love or have rekindled my love for film. And Inception is definitely one of them. And I love this movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. And it is my favorite film in 2010. 2011, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. By far my favorite film of the Wizarding World. Ultimate culmination. This is how you do a culmination right. There's a lot of franchises that botch their culmination. This is how you do it. Like this. Love the emotion. Love the battle at Hogwarts. This film is absolutely incredible. I don't need to say much about this because I think mostly it's universally loved. So I think people know what I'm talking about, where I'm coming from. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is by far my favorite film of 2011. 2012, my favorite film is Django Unchained. This is Tarantino's best film. This is my favorite Tarantino film. You've got some absolutely fantastic characters in here. You've got Django. You've got Calvin Candy by Leo. I think that's one of his really amazing performances. And this film just kicks major ass. I think it's one of the best modern day Westerns. Not set modern day, but like one of the more ones that have come out more modern day. This is one of the best Westerns, I think. And I will say, and like, look, I've seen, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Fistful of Dollars, Hang 'em High. Like I've seen the older Westerns, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is still my favorite. But Django, I think, is one of the best. What can I say? Tarantino, he knows what he's doing. Absolutely fantastic direction and writing. The performances here are really good. I think the only film that rivals in performances is Inglourious Basterds, and that's really just Christoph Waltz, and he's also in this film. This is a blast. I love this film so much, and it's my favorite film from 2012. Speaking of Scorsese and his best film, favorite film of 2013 is The Wolf of Wall Street. We're talking about Leo again, too. I think this is one of, if not his best performances. I think this is an epic of a movie, but it flies by. This is, again, Scorsese's best film directing. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but whoever wrote it, it's fantastically written. I love this film. I got to hurry up because we are already almost at 20 minutes in this video, but safe to say, The Wolf of Wall Street is absolutely fantastic. It's my favorite film of 2013. 2014, shout out to Chef. Absolutely incredible film. I wanted this to be, but my God, Whiplash is a masterpiece, and I could not have Whiplash on this list because it's my number 4 favorite movie of all time. Damien Chazelle is a god. I think he's one of the best directors working today. I am so excited for, I think it's called Babylon, that's coming out, about like the golden age of Hollywood and the cast. It's great. I could sing the praises of Damien Chazelle, but I'm just going to say, Miles Teller, J.K. Simmons, absolutely fantastic. The finale, one of the best pieces of filmmaking I've ever seen. This film about perfection and what you will go to be perfect is perfect. I gave this film is in the 100-point club. I don't have anything wrong with it. I love it so much and is my favorite film from 2014. 2015, this one was tough. There were a few I was going back and forth between, but I picked The Martian. I really enjoyed The Martian. I think there's some really awesome performances in here, especially for Matt Damon. Ridley Scott's direction is very nice. I like how they told the story, going back and forth between, third person kind of watching what he's doing, and then you've also got like the diary footage showing passage of time. This is a very, I don't want to say slept on film because I think a lot of people like it, but I don't think people love it as good as it actually is. It's a very, very good film, and it's very high quality. I really enjoyed it, and hell, it's my favorite film of 2015. Favorite film of 2016, baby. And my favorite film of gosh darn all time. It's La La Land. Like, You know I love a film when I sought out a mother effing pier in California because it's where they shot the City of Stars sequence. Now, if you have not watched my California vlog, go watch it. The footage is there. I took pictures. I took video of the actual pier where they filmed the City of Stars sequence with Ryan Gosling. And we had to drive and seek it out. It was not just there. We had to go out of our way to get to that pier. It was an hour drive. So that shows that I freaking love this movie. This is the perfect movie for me. I think it's the perfect love story. I'm still working on that video essay. It's going to come sometime before I die, hopefully. I don't know, in 50 years it'll come. But this is picture perfect love story. The writing is incredible. The cinematography, the music, it's just brilliant. I could go on for longer about this, but we're already at the 20-minute mark in this video. But I freaking love this film. Y'all know I do. It's my favorite film of all time, and it is my favorite film from 2016. It also deserved the Oscar. Moonlight's cool, but La La Land's perfect. Favorite film from 2017 is Baby Driver. I freaking love this film. I got the poster up in my bedroom. Banger soundtrack, fantastic direction from Edgar Wright. This is his best movie, in my opinion. You got a great cast. We're not going to talk about the guy whose initials are KS. We're going to just leave him out of it. The rest of the cast is cool, though. And it's the car scenes and the music. That's what it is, and it's done very well. I love heist movies, and this is one of the more creative heist movies that we've gotten. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's my favorite film of 2017. Boom! Favorite film of 2018. What do you think it is? You already know. It's Avengers Infinity War. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. The Russo brothers' direction is fantastic. I think, is it a better done film than the film I'm going to talk about in 2019? Yeah, probably, but I love the one in 2019 a little bit better. But this, no doubt, this is a fantastic film. What the Russo brothers were able to do, jumping back and forth, dealing with so many characters, the writing, is just, this is incredible. And it's a very clear, cohesive story that has an end. It has an end, and the bad guy won. That's a choice that they made, and I loved it. It's my favorite film of 2018, and I love it so much because then we got my favorite film from 2019, Avengers Endgame. I think this is the ultimate culmination of 10-plus years, 20-plus films. The emotions there, the payoffs there. Is it a little long? Maybe, but the third act is one of the best third acts of not just comic book movies, but of film in general that I think I've ever seen. And if you respect movies and franchises specifically and what franchise is able to accomplish, you will respect what this movie did. And I think that there is a mutual respect around most people around what this film was able to accomplish. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It comes in at number 2. And it's by far my favorite film of 2019. I cried. It was an experience. It was a cultural phenomenon. And rightfully so. It was incredible. It is absolutely fantastic. My favorite film in 2019. 2020. Boom. Tenet. Woo. Not a lot of films came out last year. So we're working with what we got. I still saw I didn't see over 100, but I saw, I think, close to 100. But Tenet is by far my favorite. At the beginning, a lot of people hated it, but then people watched it a second time. They're like, oh my God, I love it. I loved it from the first time I saw it. It's absolutely incredible. John Day Washington gives a great performance. So does Kenneth Branagh and Elizabeth Debicki, who is the heart and soul of this film. It's incredibly done. The practical effects. You crashed a plane. A real plane. You did that. Are extremely well done. I think the writing, while a lot of people don't love it, I liked it. It was cohesive. I got it. I understood it. And it's just a really awesome globe-trotting spy espionage thriller. Robert Pattinson. How did I forget about Robert Pattinson? He's freaking awesome. He's great. It's awesome. This film's incredible. I could talk more about it, but I've already talked about it in so many videos with so many people. It's my favorite film of 2020. My favorite film of 2021 so far, I've already talked about it, did a review on it. Go check it out. Is 9 Days. This film moved me in a way that I've never felt before in a film. I cried twice, not just at the end of the movie, but also in the middle of the movie, and no film has ever done that before to me. It's a very raw, real look at life and how brutal the world can be. And it didn't pull back any punches. It was very real, and I respected that, and I liked that. Fantastic performances across the board, but Winston Duke is the best here. I mean, he is the person we follow the most, but he's also the best. And this film left me feeling some type of way. And it shows mortality. You know, we are not invincible. We are all going to die someday. And that's what this film shows. It shows human mortality. And I respected that because it did it in a delicate way. Didn't just throw it out there. It did it in a very delicate way, but I really enjoyed it. It moved me to a point that I've never felt before. I got to give a shout out to Mass, though. That movie's incredible. It comes out in October. Y'all need to see it. I gave that a 98 out of 100. This got a 99 out of 100. But 9 Days is by far my favorite film of this year. It's my favorite film of 2021. There you go, guys. This is a long video, but we did it. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, go comment down below. What is your favorite film from the year that you were born? So first, let me know the year you were born. I want to get to know my audience better. Let me know the year you were born. I don't need a date. Just give me the year. And tell me what your favorite movie is from that year. I want to talk to you guys down below in the comments. I also want to thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, go subscribe if you have not already. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.